So we're out here in Montana on a bear hunt, and I wanted to go through my entire system on how I'm layering my clothing layering system for the mountains, which temperatures here today got up to about 75 degrees, and it's been as low as 30 degrees with 40-mile-per-hour winds. So it's a wide variety of things you have to be able to account for, and that's why a good layering system is important. So for me, for most of this trip, I've been wearing the Sitka Equinox Guard hoodie. So it's a lightweight hoodie that has insect shield in it. Especially with being in the spring, I'm trying to keep away from ticks, everything. I really like this piece. It's got the hood and the face mask built into it so I can stay concealed. And then also, again, the ticks is the biggest part with this. But it's super lightweight and is able to pull that moisture away from your skin, and that's the most important part about having a base layer, is something that pulls that away from your skin into that next layer to be able to dry you off so that you don't get cold, don't get chilled, or don't get too hot all at the same time. So I always like to have a very lightweight base layer against the bottom. Underneath my pants here, I just have Sitka's Merino boxer, so just a lightweight merino wool underwear. And then for socks, darn tough, there are the boot cushion hunter version, so they have a little bit of cushion to them to help with moving through different terrain. But the merino wool in them, I can wear the same socks for days on end and they don't smell. That's one of the good benefits of wool. The reason why I wear a synthetic up top is because the only thing with wool for me is it gets wet and it stays wet a little bit longer, where synthetic dries out extremely fast. And then Sitka has the polygene treatment in here, so you don't have the stink for it. But if you're looking at, 7 to 10 days, merino is probably going to smell a little bit cleaner than the synthetic will, but the fast drying capabilities is why I like to use that. The next layer that I like to use is the new Jetstream vest. This one's new for 2022 from Sitka. The Jetstream series has been out for quite a long time now, but they just updated it. It's a little bit lighter weight, but I like to wear windstopper as my next layer, which doesn't seem to be, or it isn't the most popular opinion, I guess, from that. But I learned it from John Barklow, who works for Sitka Gear, and the reason for that is this gives you that windstopper layer, so as you sit down, it cuts that wind and keeps you warm. But windstopper works best the closest to your body as possible, because with that heat and your activity, it can push that moisture through those particles out while still being able to shed water if you were to get any sort of light rain there. So on top of the Jetstream is when I go to the brand new Ambient Jacket from Sitka Gear. So this is kind of like the Kelvin Active, if you remember that jacket, which was one of my favorite jackets that they had come out with. What it does is it uses PolarTec Alpha technology and insulation to be able to be warm. I mean, it almost looks like a small puffy jacket, but you can wear it while you're hiking and not overheat with it. So it breathes really well. It weighs next to nothing. You can pack it down and just toss it over the top of everything, and you are good to go. Sometimes I will not wear the Jetstream underneath if I'm doing like a real hard hike up the mountain, and just throw this over top of my base layer. So now we go into the insulation layers. So the insulation layers are the ones, once I sit down, I want to put it on to be able to capture all of that body heat. I don't wear the insulation layers while I'm hiking. And for the bottoms, I have the Kelvin 3/4 zip down pants from Sitka. So they only go 3/4 of the way down, right to about below your knee there, and keep you insulated where you need it, but able to cut down weight in unnecessary locations. For the top, I have Sitka's Kelvin Aerolite jacket. So this is a puffy jacket that's synthetic insulation. I really like synthetic insulation from the standpoint of doesn't clump up when it's wet and dries out really quick, while adding some extra layers there to keep you warm and trap that heat. And then lastly, from the basic layers, and when you're looking at any layering system, not even just for a bear hunt here, is your shell, your rain shell, to be able to keep you dry, keep you safe in inclement weather. We've had snow, sleet, a lot of rain here so far. So this is the Sitka Dewpoint jacket, and this jacket is super lightweight, no frills, there's not a lot of pockets in it, anything like that. I just have it in their pyrite color. Doesn't need to be camo for me. I'm usually using it while I'm glassing, not when I'm going into stock. Again, packs down to nothing in my pack. If I can see that the weather's gonna be really bad, I will bring the Dewpoint rain pants as well. I don't always carry them, but if I'm going for any extended period of time, I will throw those in as well. So that rounds out the basic layering system, but there are also some other accessories that I have that kind of goes with it, so I'll run through those as well. Sitka's Stormfront gaiters. So these are Gore-Tex waterproof gaiters. So as I'm doing creek crossings, because I'm wearing the crispy Colorado boots there. It's a synthetic boot, a little bit higher than a hiker model. These allow me to go through deeper streams. I mean, just to go to our glassing spot that we're going to this evening, you have to cross the creek like 4 or 5 times. So these help out a ton. Round out the rest of it, I have the Sitka Stormfront gloves. They add a little bit of insulation. They have a liner that's removable inside here, and then also the waterproof shell. Once it dips down in temperatures in the 30s right before dark, and your glassing keeps your hands warm and dry as well. And then I have the new East Meets West Mountain Bucks beanie here. So this one's brand new. I use that. It's made out of a nylon acrylic. Keeps you nice and warm, and just throw that over top while I'm sitting there glassing. I typically don't hike in a beanie. I like to just wear a regular hat, like I have my East Meets West rut hat on here. I'll just wear that while I'm hiking. And then because I am rifle hunting for bears here in Montana, you have to have a vest. So I just have Sitka's ballistic vest, just a lightweight vest. Has a little bit of a pad in here, so when you're shooting, helps with the recoil. So I'm using that. The last piece to this is Sitka's bino harness. So it's the Mountain Optics harness. Just running that with a can of bear spray on the left side, as we are in grizzly country. And then I have my Maven RF1 rangefinder inside of this pouch, and then the Maven B2 9x45s inside this harness. So basically the whole rundown there, the thing you need to remember is building it from the base out. So having a quick drying base layer, having a mid layer that breathes well and also adds a little bit of insulation, having your insulation layers, which is your puffy gear essentially to be able to trap all that heat, having your wind stopper layer to be able to cut that wind and also just keep you extra warm while you're sitting there glassing on hours. And the last part is your rain gear, and that's your whole thing to keep you protected and keep you out there longer. So hope this helps anyone. If you want to go down in the link below, in the show notes, you can find all the links to the products that I'm using if you want to check them out, or if you have any questions, leave a comment below.